Hi, I'm Hannah Cruz at the Church Musician's Assistant, and welcome back to our fifth and final day on hymn playing tips for virtual services. I hope you've enjoyed this series so far. I wanted to try a series of short videos rather than one really long video, just to see how you all like it, if you prefer short ones or long ones. So let me know in the comments what you think. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who has subscribed and followed this series every single day. I really appreciate that support and am very, very happy and fulfilled to know that this content is helping people. Our last tip, our fifth tip, is go wild with your hymn introductions. When we are playing hymn introductions for in-person worship services, we can get away with slightly boring introductions. And the reason is, what's the congregation going to do? I mean, are they going to get up and leave? Probably not. You've got them there. They're sort of trapped. So no matter what introduction you do, they're going to sit there. They're going to sing or at least listen to the hymn. But when people are listening and watching a service that's been pre-recorded or streamed and they're sitting at home, well, you're vying for their attention. You're competing really with all of these other interesting things going on in their lives. They might be in the middle of cooking breakfast on a Sunday morning. They might need to be walking their dog, they're holding their phone while they're walking their dog. Who knows what they may be doing, and that is going to break their attention away from what you were doing. So go wild with your introductions. Do something that's going to grab their attention from the get-go. In this short video, there's no way I could give all the tips for how to come up with creative hymn introductions. I do have a course called Creative Hymn Playing for Keyboardists, where I go quite into depth on many different techniques for introduction playing and verse playing. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link in the description box below. But for now, my advice is to first accentuate the melody in the introduction, right? So maybe solo it out another manual, that's a possibility. Consider registrations. What's a dramatic way to introduce the hymn? Maybe very quietly or with a huge loud chord at the beginning. Can you come up with an interesting rhythmical accompaniment to undergird the melody? What about a reharmonization of some sort? How about the melody put into the tenor and some sort of accompanimental descant up top? There are many, many ways to enliven a hymn in the introduction. The idea here is to draw people in, pique their interest, make them want to participate in that hymn. I also advise keeping these creative hymn introductions relatively short. I think in the virtual service context, it may not be necessary to play the whole tune all the way through in your introduction because the congregation is going to catch on while you're playing the verses. And since everyone is not gathered together and it's not as critical that the congregation sounds robust on that first verse, people are just sitting at home by themselves, then it's okay if the first verse they're a little more timid. In my opinion, that's just subjective. And so my personal opinion is that a shorter introduction on a pre-recorded or streamed service is more engaging and more appropriate. All right, thank you all for sticking with this video series. I hope these 5 tips on playing hymns for virtual services has been useful for you. Please leave a comment below. If you have any more tips for our colleagues here in the church music field, let us know, how have you been engaging your congregants through hymnody or congregational song? We would love to know and learn from each other. I appreciate your participation so much. Good luck in your musical endeavors at your church, and happy singing and playing. Bye for now.